Welcome to this episode of the Sports Detective Podcast Show. My name is James Williams, and today James Harden just eliminated the Los Angeles Clippers from the NBA playoffs. What are we talking about? Well, I'm recording this maybe an hour and a half after the Clippers Nuggets Game 7. And as you guys know, the Nuggets absolutely draxed the LA Clippers. And kind of the main story that I've seen kind of percolating online in the past hour is this is another vintage James Harden playoff choke job. And now, did James Harden, is he the main reason the Clippers lost this game? Was everything else on the Clippers working and then James Harden faltered and that's why the Clippers lost? No, it was a total team collapse from the Los Angeles Clippers. Charles Barkley was saying it after the game, how Kawhi Leonard was basically the only guy that showed up. But we gotta talk about the James Harden element of this because it's a thing that has just happened over and over and over and over again. It has been this way his entire career. And I might as well just get into this stuff right now because I got a bunch of stuff I want to show you guys here. So basically, also too, I just ate a bacon cheeseburger and drank an IPA. So hopefully I don't burp here. I'll try to mute my mic if I do. But so I'm a little extra amped because of that. Also a little groggy, which is probably the perfect time to talk about our guy, James Harden, Mr. Beer Belly. James Harden, in his last 5 elimination games, Game 7, the one that we just saw tonight, he had 7 points, 2 of 8 from the field, 1 of 4 for 3-point range. He had 13 assists. I wasn't sure if I was going to do this video tonight because at halftime, James Harden had 7 points, 9 assists. But you kind of just watch the rest of the game, and I started taking notes on things that he was doing during the game. And it's just the common thing with James Harden. It's just a lack of intensity in these big, intense moments. And you can say what you want about Nikola Jokic or Luka Doncic or even LeBron or other players around the league in these like really hyper intense moments, and you can get mad at them and complaining at times, or not getting back on defense because they're screaming at a ref. But like at least they're screaming at the ref when they're not getting back on defense, because that's the thing about these stats here too with Harden. They don't even tell you guys. They don't even tell you about the defensive effort, which we know Harden is never a defensive savant. Last year, game 6, he had 16 points, 5 of 16, 0 for 6 from 3-point range, 13 assists, 9 points against Boston, 3 of 11, 1 of 5 3-point range, 5 turnovers, 7 assists. I will say this too. I was thinking about when I was walking home after my beer and burger, I was thinking about saving all of this stuff till the end, but I might as well just spill it out now. I remember specifically in game 6 of this Boston Philly series where Stan Van Gundy, who sometimes on the broadcast I don't like, but also sometimes I think he nails it. I remember him. I think it was game 6 because in this series too, Philly was up 3-2. People forget about that. They were up 3-2 over Boston. And there was a point when they had game 6 in Philly late in the game. It was still a close game. Stan Van Gundy perfectly pointed out that Harden and Embiid, with like less than a minute and a half maybe in the game, were just not hustling back on defense. Guys, they would have played the 8 seed Miami Heat, could have had a chance to go to the NBA Finals, could have potentially won the NBA Finals that year. And they're not hustling back on defense. It kind of tells you why we're in this situation, why I am here at 10 o'clock on a Saturday night instead of doing something fun, doing a James Harden video. Game 6 versus Miami, 11 points, 4 of 9, 3 of 7, 3-point attempts, 4 turnovers, 9 assists against Milwaukee. By the way, this Milwaukee game is when he had like a strained hamstring and probably shouldn't have been playing in the game. 22 points, 5 of 17 field goals. That's a little bit unfair because he was hurt in that game. And the reason he even played in that game gave them more of a chance than they would have had it if he didn't play. But still a little bit unfair. But we got a lot more. I just thought this was funny. Okay, this is one for a future video, potentially. Russell Westbrook apparently walked into the Nuggets locker room after the game and said, picked the wrong person, didn't they? Is he talking about Paul George? Of course not. Let's make that 55 playoff games Is that right? Let's make that 55 playoff games under 4 field goals made for the third best shooting guard of all time. Dang. If that's a real stat. Oh, wait. Yeah, he's quote tweeting somebody. James Harden got 54 playoff games with 4 or less made shots. What a effing stat. Now it's 55. Dang. Dang. And he's been a star for like probably 85% of those. It's been 13 years since by the way, too, James Harden, every year of his career has been in the playoffs. Every year of his career been in the playoffs. James Harden tonight in Game 7 elimination game, 7 points, 5 rebounds, 13 assists, minus 29. Oh, it was close at half for people that didn't watch or couldn't watch. And then the Nuggets just pulled away in the third quarter there and went on like a 24 to 20, or not 24 to 20, 24 to 4 run. Nikola Jokic has 5 fouls, 4 turnovers, 47% true shooting percentage, and the Denver Nuggets are up nearly 30 points in Game 7. Super team, obviously not a super team, but that's the other thing too about this Nuggets win, this Clippers loss. The Nuggets weren't particularly good. I know Westbrook was amazing off the bench. Peyton Watson probably gave them their best bench game of the all year, or at least all series. But Jokic was he played well defensively, but and obviously offensively, but like comparatively for a Jokic offensive night, it wasn't a good night. Murray wasn't that good. Porter was okay. Gordon was okay. I would even say they were good. Christian Brown was also good. But for the most part, this 2 stars on Denver, you would think that they play bad. That's your time, man. That's your time if you're the Clippers. This one, guys, this one here. This is where we start talking about James Harden on all-time playoff disappointments. James Harden now has lost a Game 7 with 4 different teams. Oh my God. Is that right? Is it not 5? So we use Clippers, Philly, obviously, Brooklyn. No, it's 5. Did they never lose a Game 7 in OKC? They must never lost a Game 7 in OKC when he was there, because he definitely lost some with the Rockets. So they must never lost a Game 7 with OKC. Dang. I don't know if any other player has done that in NBA history. Could LeBron? I guess he's only been on 3 teams. KD? Could he have done it? No, I mean, I guess if you count. Oh, wait, that's something for another video. Negative 33 is Kawhi Leonard's worst plus minus in any game in his entire career. James Harden has played in 7 Game 7s in his career. He has averaged 19.2 points per game and 7.9 assists per game on 35.5% field goal percentage and 23.2 3-point field goal percentage. Yikes, man. That's uniquely ugly stuff. That's the thing, too, guys. We just went over that. I didn't think about that before I started saying that in my head. Again, we're IPA deep here. None of those Game 7s are in Oklahoma City, because I was even thinking that when I bookmarked that. Like, oh, like maybe there's an Oklahoma City in 2010 or something where he's playing like 18 minutes a game. That could have, obviously it's bad, but maybe that drags that down a little bit. No. Apparently no Game 7. I guess maybe they won the Game 7s in Oklahoma City. I'd have to go through that. I really don't want to at this point. But if anything, dang. 35%, 23 from, okay. That's it for the Harden stats, because then we're getting into other Rocket stuff that I got bookmarked. But man, the only thing I really have to say, guys, is this is James Harden. This is his career. This is who he is. This is what we are going to look at, hopefully, objectively, in the future when we look back at James Harden's career. Because I was doing the thing, and you guys can go and listen to my interview I did with William Updike like 2 weeks ago, right before this series started, and we were talking about the Clippers, and I was talking about, hey man, I feel like I have underappreciated James Harden in his career for all of the work that he's put in. You go back and you look at all of those Houston years, how spectacular he was throughout the regular season. He kept running into that buzzsaw that was Golden State. But now that we have this playoff appearance to validate the validation, for lack of a better phrasing, it's just, This is why he is going to be, when we talk about the all-time greats and we rank them in different tiers, and we talk about the, I don't know what that was. We talk about, what the hell? Okay. We talk about the different tiers, which we put all of these guys together. Harden's going to be in that room with the guys that never won a championship in their prime. He's this generation's Karl Malone. And I don't even know Karl Malone's total playoff failures. I don't have the statistics off the top of my head. I didn't care to look at them today, but a guy that is a all-time performer. He's going to go down probably top 7, 8 all-time points. His assists are going to be really high up there all time. His three-point makes are going to be up there all time from a regular season standpoint. But all the people that lived through this era, that watch this era, that watch James Harden compete, know that when it comes to these playoff moments, he shrinks. And it's not even like I was thinking about it tonight when I was watching it. I was referencing it a little bit earlier with the Embiid uh the Embiid Harden not getting back on it's an intensity thing. If we're being honest, it's an intensity thing. It's not getting back on defense. It's not sensing the moment and being urgent and being like, all right, my team needs me to do some James Harden shit right now. They need me to drive the paint. They need me to get to the basket. I mean, he got his assists. He got his assists tonight, but there was times you're watching it and you're like, you're not being aggressive, man. Or there's times he's trying to be aggressive, where he like drove and then just chucked the ball up at the basket, wanting to get fouls. There's a few times he drove and then Denver honestly just made good plays defensively, and then Harden's not getting back on defense, and that causes Denver points on the other end. That's just his legacy. It's going to be his legacy. He's an all-time great, but we're going to view him in a different category than we are going to view Dirk, than we're going to view Kevin Garnett, than we're going to view, um, Hakeem Olajuwon, Dr. J. He's just going to be in that other group. He's going to be closer to the Charles Barkleys, the Steve Nashes. That's the kind of guys that he's going to be in. My camera keeps cutting out every once in a while. It's really making me mad. I hope you guys don't see that, but if you do, it's not me. My dog went and laid on the other side of the room, so it's not him. But that's basically kind of how I feel about this, man. He proved it to us again. He proved it to us again. He's a great player. He works on his craft. He definitely does that stuff. But when it comes to the playoffs, if there's any time he's going to get a ring in his career, it's going to be a Gary Payton with the Heat. It's going to be Karl Malone when he tried to get it with the Lakers in 2004. It's going to be that's the type of ring it's going to be. I don't know if Russell Westbrook's going to get it now. He probably isn't. He'll probably lose to the Thunder, but that's the type of ring it is. Him being a superstar. I mean, you could say, well, he's not a superstar anymore. He's going to make third team All NBA this year. He was the best player on the Clippers cumulatively throughout the whole year. Kawhi Leonard only played 38 regular season games. Maybe they can regroup it together next year with a full season healthy Kawhi. More chemistry with all these guys, because the Clippers still do have an awesome squad. But sometimes you're watching Harden in some of these big time moments. I know he was good in Game 6. I know that. But the series seemed to turn when Eric Gordon made that dunk in Game 4. If he didn't make that dunk in Game 4, I don't know. Maybe the Clippers win in 6. Maybe that's the fate of the series. But all right, that's going to do it for this episode here tonight. Recording this really late for you guys. If you guys like this video and you guys want me to do this more often, please subscribe if you haven't done so already. I would love to keep doing instant reaction videos like this, compiling stats like this. Obviously, I'd love to get a burger and a beer and compile all of these stats that I just showed you. So I can do that. I do that any day of the week, honestly. But if you guys really like this, hit like, hit subscribe. Feel free to check out other videos on Sports Detective Podcast channel page. We did a breakdown the other day talking about how the Wolves dismantled the Lakers. We brought up a bunch of stats with that. So feel free to check that out too. And again, feel free to leave a comment too, what you think about James Harden, what you think about his legacy of his career, what you think about this video in general. I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts. And thank you for watching. We'll talk to you next time.